Good Tuesday evening, everybody. This is Steve Monday, Chief Forecaster for Rowan County Weather. Let's go ahead and pull up the radar and take a look at what's going on. So you can see we've got rain starting to make its way through the western portions of Tennessee, through Nashville, places like that, heading east. A little bit of snow in behind it. As you look to the west of that, we've got moisture starting to come in off the coast as well, of the Carolinas. And what's going on is we've got a low pressure system that's down on the coast. And let me turn on a drawing tool. So what it's doing is it's whipping moisture around and pulling it up like this, which will certainly add to the amount of moisture we're going to get. Now, it doesn't change anything in terms of what we're expecting forecast-wise, with the exception of the fact that I do see in some of the latest model runs that we're going to see the potential for less ice in the county and more of a cold rain for most of the area. The exception continues to be that Cleveland, Woodleaf, that northwest portion of Rowan County, the I-40 corridor, as I refer to it as, continues to be the exception for what will likely see the ice accumulation and also potentially see the majority of the ice that we see around the county, the majority of the freezing rain and sleet, while the rest of us tend to see more of a cold rain as we go through the morning hours on Wednesday. So let me go ahead and turn off the radar data real quick. And we're going to turn off the fronts and different things like that and go ahead and bring you over and take a look at what the expected amount in terms of icing could be for us around the county. And here we go. So this is, again, this is over a 24-hour period. So this would have been from 7 p.m. tonight to 7 p.m. tomorrow night. And of course, that will indicate the areas that have the best chance of getting any icing. And if you really look, the majority of that is really in the mountain areas and the foothills, places like that. While we do have this northwest corner of the county that does have the possibility of seeing some icing that could actually accumulate. Again, it's right through Cleveland, Woodleaf, that whole area that's right there near the I-40 corridor that I've been talking about for the last couple of days. Continues to be that one spot. If we take a look at what's being indicated here, it looks like maybe a tenth of an inch of ice, maybe 2/10 of glaze at the most. So we'll certainly keep an eye on it. It could get up to, being a tenth would be the most we would see. I think really there could be some locations that could see maybe a little bit more than that. But overall, a tenth of an inch could be the highest I think we'll see here in the county. Again, as you go north and northwest of the area, the chances become better. Let's go ahead and turn that off. We're going to turn on the model data and take a look at one of the models here. This is the NAM model, and we're going to let it load up real quick. And what we're going to look at here is what it's showing us really as we go from the overnight hours tonight into 5 p.m. tomorrow night. And by that point, most of the rain and everything will have come through, and we'll go ahead and take a look at that. So this has ran a couple times. Let's go ahead and stop it, and we'll take it through frame by frame for you. So let's take it all the way back. So this would be at 11 o'clock tonight. We're going to get in a little closer here so you can see most of the areas around the county. So you're looking here on the map. You can see Rockwell, Cleveland, China Grove, Salisbury, places like that. And we're going to let it go ahead and just kind of scroll through here frame by frame. This is just after midnight. You can see still fairly dry around the county. Going on 1:11 a.m., you can see a little bit of rain starting to make its way in to the county, probably some light rain, maybe even mist at that point. This is just after 2 a.m. now, and you can see a little patch of freezing rain starting to develop in the county. And again, that's right there, again, as I've been saying, through Cleveland, Woodleaf, that whole northwest corner of the county, where it tends to be that they're going to get the best chance of this as we go into the overnight through the morning hours tomorrow. As we headed into about 3:30 in the morning, things have transitioned back over to a cold rain. And again, it's basically because warm air aloft is going to continue to ebb and flow as we go through the overnight hours, move back and forth and fluctuate in and out of the county. And as it does that, it'll give the opportunity for freezing rain to make it to the ground, maybe even some sleet from time to time. And then as it goes back to our north, it'll bring in that cold rain once again. So now we're going to, this is around 4:30 in the morning. You can see still mainly just a kind of a cold rain around the county. By 5:30 a.m., the Cleveland area Woodleaf again starting to see some freezing rain again making its way through that section of the county, right in that northwest corridor there. This is now going on around 6:30 in the morning. Could see some sleet starting to develop in that area now with Cleveland and Coolomee, Woodleaf starting to move a little closer into Salisbury as well at that point, even into like the Atwell and the Mount Ulla areas, places like that. So we could see some, a brief period of sleet in the morning. This is now going on 7:30 in the morning. Still starting to see some sleet in the Cleveland, Woodleaf. Again, maybe even right around Salisbury, Atwell, Mount Ulla, places like that. And then as we get to right at 9 a.m. in the morning, we're back to a cold rain once again, really for most of the county. And as we continue to go through the morning hours, the models continue to indicate that it's going to be a cold rain. And as we head into the afternoon, things start to really slack off and become very isolated. So I think, again, we're looking at the possibility that we're going to see mainly a cold rain around the county, again, with just that one corner. And I like to keep mentioning it over and over again just to make sure it sinks in that it's going to be, mainly Cleveland, Woodleaf, the northwest corner of the county, right along that I-40 corridor is where you're going to have the best chance of seeing any kind of icing actually accumulate on the ground. We could see icing in other parts of the county on elevated surfaces like your decks, maybe on some steps on the top of your car, something like that, potentially on some bridges. But for the most part, the ground's going to stay warm enough that if it does end up falling as freezing rain, it's going to melt pretty quickly because it's going to run the risk of having heat settle in and not being able to release the heat and continue to freeze after it makes impact. So we'll keep you updated on that. I'll certainly come back during the overnight hours and provide some updates, mainly as we get into the early morning hours is when those will start to happen. But again, as of right now, we've still got the opportunity for a wintry mix, but if you're looking for accumulations, you got to be up in that Cleveland, Woodleaf, those areas like that, up in that northwest corner of the county, having the best chance. For now, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. We'll continue to keep you updated on the weather as it makes its way toward the county. As always, thank you for following Rowan County Weather.